Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We have got live tournament action coming at you right now on Icy Cup Test Bug. This is the beginning of a best-of-3 matchup in our semifinals tonight between Wilson and ToxLonely. Going to be tons of fun, and we do have Alt Denial on the phone with us. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing great. I'm looking forward to this match.
Me too. I love Icy Cup Test Bug. This is a phenomenal map and phenomenal players. ToxLonely, who we all know and love. Wilson, fairly new to me, but we did get to see him play earlier, so I'm fairly excited for this game right now.
You know, all I can think about when I see his name is the volleyball from Castaway.
Yeah, that's funny. Wilson! That's pretty funny. I like that movie. Gotta love movies where what's his name never talks. He's got a couple like that, doesn't he? But let's take a look. I mean, Tox going to be spawning as pink over here at the 3 o'clock position. Wilson spawning as red Protoss here at the 11 o'clock. I like the positions here because the bottom one, I think, it probably isn't smaller, but...
Hey, Knack, I'd hate to interrupt your outstanding casting, but your overlay is still up.
Man, sometimes my hotkeys don't work.
Thought you'd want to give him a little bit better of a picture.
There we go. Yeah, sometimes my hotkey doesn't work. I need to keep my stream up so I can see that, monitor it, but sometimes I have the brackets up or something. But sorry about that, guys. We are up and running yet again. And let's take a look. Oh, spawning pool for Tox here fairly early. Not going to be going for a fast expand, or at least a hatch before pool expand. But wall off for Wilson is going to be going down, so I like that play here. And what's FFE stand for?
Forge Fast Expand.
Oh.
Mr. Toss player.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Oh, I don't know how to play toss. But, yeah. You guys can tell I'm a little tired. Sorry about that.
He gave birth yesterday.
Yeah, sort of.
I got the deal with Devil Dog and Nova settled.
Oh. What's the deal going to be?
It's going to be a buy.
Okay. Do they want to play anyway?
Nova really didn't have a say in it.
I know, but does he want to play Nova anyway and still get the buy? Is what I'm asking.
Let's find out.
That'd be fun. I bet Devil Dog would do that.
Yeah, Devil Dog's up for it. We'll just let Nova know what's happening before the game starts.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I've got to tell Nova not to join this tournament. He's got to join the one tomorrow night. We need more people for tomorrow night anyway.
He just recently moved up, didn't he?
Yeah, you're probably right. I think you are right. It was probably this last week. He may have even signed up before he leveled up. So
we can ask him, but rules are rules, so
yeah,
we got to be fair to everybody else.
Exactly, and especially when it's not like smurfing.
Yeah,
we just got to make sure and do it. That way, when we do have to get tough on a potential smurf, we can say, "Look, we don't let anybody get away with it."
Yep. So. And I mean, we know Nova, and he's not a bad manner player whatsoever. Right. So I'm okay with just telling him.
Agreed. I think Tox thought he was lagging there for a second. Yeah, he says he felt lag.
He felt it.
But Tox does have his metabolic speed boost going down right now. Looks like about halfway complete. Does have his expand almost completed here as well. And the wall off here for Wilson looking pretty solid. Just been chrono boosting out his warp gate tech. Does have 3 gates down, so I'm wondering if he's going to transition here into an expand off of this, or may potentially go for some new tech off one base. I'm guessing expand at this point. Usually if you 3-gate robo, you toss down your robotics before you toss down your second and third gate. But
no, He's not going 3-gate robo. It looks like a 3-gate expand, but I'm not sure. He's already got the money for the expand.
Yeah, I don't know. He's looking. Looks like he's just gonna clear his base out and then probably expand. I'm guessing.
Tox using those Zerglings, even though they're not doing much damage, they're getting a good scout. So now he knows exactly what's going on.
Yep.
He knows what units Wilson has.
Yeah, he saw all of these sentries. So it's only 3, but that's enough to let him know that he's probably going to be playing defensively. So he's guessing expand.
And yeah, look at the production tab. You see nothing but you see an Overlord, the spine crawler just finished, and you see drones.
Yep, 5 drones. Don't you love the way Tox plays?
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's
probably the youngest player we have here, and he knows what he's doing really well.
Yeah, I love how he plays off of his scouting information too. That always amazes me. People that do that really well, you know.
He's gonna see this push coming, and now we're gonna see the Zerglings come out.
Yep. Spine crawler.
I like what he's doing with that spine crawler. He's putting it out in front a little bit. It's gonna catch the army while his Zerglings are being made.
Yep. So he's sacrificing this guy just to slow him down, huh? Doesn't want to lose his queen if at all possible.
I'm not sure how well he's gonna be able to hold this off at the moment, though. Here he comes with the drones.
Those force fields seem to work against him a little bit there, but not too bad. But he is blocking these reinforcements from the high ground, from the main. Oh, wow. Wilson doing a lot of damage here.
He is.
Killed both of those queens.
And see, this is what I wanted to see Tech doing. He already expanded and he pushed.
Right. Ugh, giving up the location of this hatchery I think is probably a bad idea. But he did save the hatchery. He made that army chase the drones, which is kind of interesting. So that was actually not bad play there by Tox. Now he's building up his defenses. Looks like he might be able to hold on here just a little while longer.
That's a lot of zealots, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the reinforcements. I didn't see those. Yeah, that's too many zealots. That'll take him a year to kill with Zerglings. He looks like he's gearing up to defend his main. Gonna snipe the hatch here. But Tox is gonna be he's gonna have a decent little defense up here. He's got double spine crawlers, and is at least enough. But it looks like he's got enough Zerglings, and potentially will have enough Zerglings to hold everybody on the ramp for just a moment, which is not a bad play because then the spine crawlers will be able to do more damage.
The nice thing I like is Tox already had a third up, which I guess now you could call his second.
Right. Yeah. But what's interesting here is that Wilson sniped that and then backed out immediately.
Oh yeah, you don't when you're playing against a Zerg player, if you can limit their income, you're gonna really cripple them because you need that constant flow of money to keep up.
Right.
Because, and I think you're the one who said this to me before. They have the worst. What's the word I'm looking for?
Least cost effective.
There you go. That's it. They have the least cost-effective units in the game. So, I mean, you're going to make something, they're going to die fast, and you need to replenish them. Compared to Protoss, where, yeah, you're going to spend more money, but they're going to live a heck of a lot longer.
Right. Yeah, the units for Protoss are going to be more cost-effective, especially with that nice mixture that Wilson's got. I mean, he's got the sentries for the for the force field. That's really going to prevent a lot of damage being done from Tox, who is basically stuck at that point on Zerglings. I mean, he didn't have time to produce the roaches fast enough to defend. I mean, he was stuck on that tech. But, I mean, Tox is going to be getting himself back in this game. He does. I mean, the nice thing is that for him, Wilson did not see the third.
Yeah.
And so he already had a jump on probe production or drone production.
if you look back at his natural, he's already got the hatchery going down. He's already got it almost done, which means he put that down right after Wilson left,
Yeah.
which is great. A lot of people will sit there and they'll get scared and they will just make unit after unit after unit after unit after unit, and they'll forget about getting back their natural. And he knows what his plan is. He knows he needs that income, and there he goes, putting it right back into play.
Yep, I love it too. I mean, it's great. I mean, that's and at lower level, people think that, well, what I need to win from this point is a bigger army, so they focus on trying to mass an army off of no income, right?
Right.
And that's exactly the opposite for Tox and for higher level players in general. That they say, if I'm going to win this game, I have to get aggressively economically to pull this one out. And what you're saying is exactly right. That's where you've got to focus, is getting that economy roaring again. And the cool thing is that Wilson's still on 2 base. Yeah, he's got Archons. Yeah, he's got Colossus. But, I mean, he's in great shape, don't get me wrong. But at least Tox is trying hard to get himself back in this matchup.
And I don't think he has to try too hard. He's not that far behind, if he's behind anymore at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bigger army headed his way, and I think he needs to get a scout, which he will with this, that Zergling. But I think he's in a good position.
Yeah. And Wilson taking it slow. He's going to be taking out these destructible rocks here at the gold first before he's probably going to just push this attack. Oh, I don't know. This is a tough position for Tox, man. That's a lot of DPS in that army. Oof. Oh, here comes the attack. Tox about to be in a lot of trouble.
I hate to say it, but this looks like a push that's going to be hard for Tox to hold.
Yeah, I agree. That's too much DPS with the Archons there and the Colossus behind. But yeah, extremely well played there by Wilson. It was a good, solid try by Tox, but when he knows he's beat, and that was GG from him, so phenomenal stuff. Last words, Denial?
Don't alt tab.
Always alt StarCraft. Thank you so much, guys. We will see you in just a bit. Oh, wait, game 2. So we're not done.
Nope.
Best of 3. Yeah, that's good. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We have got live tournament action coming at you right now on Xelnaga. This is game 2 in this best of 3 between Tox and Wilson. Going to be tons of fun here. And let's take a look. We do have Tox going to be spawning as pink in the bottom right, or bottom left rather, and Wilson spawning as green in the top right. Protoss versus Zerg, and I think we just got Denial back on the phone. You there, buddy?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry about
I
that.
didn't mute.
That's okay. Yeah, we just went ahead and started. Both of them were super ready to go, so we just started. We figured we'd catch you here in just a second, but not too bad. We did pretty good.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Devil Dog has informed me that he forgot his school's first football game is tonight.
Oh, great.
So he'd like to play the finals first and then go do his match against Nova later.
That'll be fine.
Alright.
That will be fine. Thanks for taking care of that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take a look at this matchup. So game 2, the pressure on Tox right now. He's got to win to stay in. And Wilson probably feeling pretty solid right now. He had a great attack there at the beginning. It was nice timing attack. And off of 3 gates, too, is pretty difficult to do, really, when it comes down to it against Zerg. But not bad. What do you think of that attack?
Which one are we talking about now?
That
Because I didn't
attack in
see
that
anything
last
yet.
game.
Oh, yeah, that was strong.
Yeah, it was pretty strong, that initial attack. But, yeah, Tox doing okay.
Fool me twice. Oh, I was hoping he did the George Bush impersonation of it.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. No, I think that's backwards. Yeah, it is backwards. I'm positive. That I can get right. I mean, I've got enough brain power to figure that one out. But Cybercore, a nice wall off here for Wilson. Pretty standard timing so far. But Tox did go for a fast expand here.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, he likes it on... I don't know why, but he tends to do that almost every single time on this map. And it's an easy map to get rushed on if you do that, so I don't know. But looks like it's going to work for him. I mean, not going to be putting any like photon cannon pressure on here. Wilson just going to be working on his wall in. Sniping the scout on the way through there. The ghost walk. Oh, Twilight Council fast. We are probably going to be seeing DT here, is my guess. What do you think, man?
That's probably a good bet. And I'm waiting to see if Tox picks it up and reacts.
Well, Tox, even if he doesn't catch it beforehand, I've seen Tox hold off great DT rushes. He's actually very cool and collected. As soon as those DTs come into his base, he knows exactly what to do, and is able to follow those invisible units on his on the map to figure out what he's got to do to keep his harvesters safe. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go for Wilson. But 1, 2, 3, well, almost 3. But there goes the DT shrine. So it'll be interesting. Tox, he seems fairly capable of holding off DT rushes to me, but it will come down to how quickly he is able to figure it out.
Does he have a lair up yet?
No.
No. He's going to need a lair, or he's going to need an evolution chamber. If he does not get one of those before the attack comes, you can pretty much say good game.
Right. Now he is up here at the top of the ramp, and notices there's no ranged units, which means no gas has been spent. So at this point, he probably should be guessing that it is going to be a DT rush. So let's see if he's going to start to prepare for that. I mean, if he's not, then he's off his game. Let's put it that way, because I've seen him do that before. He's usually pretty good at guessing that too.
He's got roaches, and that's fine, but he needs. Come on,
yeah.
Come on.
Evo
there
chamber.
He goes.
Yep. Yeah, he ran
his will be in time. The Dark Shrine is done. You know he's warping in. There he goes, warping in 3.
Too bad they have to walk all the way across the map. Tox probably. I mean, yeah, he's not quite ready yet, but he's gonna. He knows exactly what to do now.
He'll get as soon as that evolution chamber goes down. Expect a spore crawler.
Yeah, double spore. There goes
Come
one.
on, Tox.
Oh, that's too far away. Oh, Tox! You got to keep those things close, close, close.
Oh, he's got his Zergling, so the second it pops...
Oh, are they on hold position? Oh, yeah, some of them are. Some of them are on hold position. There we go.
And one's going to pop. Here go the Zerglings. Watch this. Nope. I hate how strong those things are.
I know, DTs are super, super tough, man. I do like the attending zealots, though. That was a smart move here. Oh, the hatch gonna go down!
Nice surround, helped
Yep.
by the spine crawler. That's right. Get it before it morphs. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, good. And he did see those zealots going to take those out as well. Nice play there by Tox. But, I mean, Wilson made a good snipe. That was a big loss right now for Tox.
And it was only 3. It was only 3 Dark Templars. So for a Dark Templar rush, that wasn't very expensive.
No. Yeah, I mean, he did a lot more damage than he really needed to. Tox was a little bit late on his scouting there. So, I mean, that's what it came down to. And he did expand behind it, too. It's another nice thing for Wilson.
With 700 minerals, I want to... Oh, there it goes. I don't even have to say it.
Yeah.
He's got his third on the way at the same time.
Yep. Tox knows exactly what to do. And because he knows that what's your transitions from here if you're a Protoss player, right? You have to expand, number one, because there's already going to be detection. So one base play is not going to work out anymore, right?
Yeah.
And so you got to expand. Where's he going to go from here? Well, probably for either Templar or for Robo. In this case, it's going to be Templar, so which means more Archons. And Tox is going to need to be on 3 base for that. Right off the bat, we see his third going down, just like you said. This is phenomenal play from Tox. So, I mean, at this point, nobody's ahead, but Tox, I think, is definitely on his game here in game number 2.
Or at least getting on it.
Or at least getting on it. Yeah, I agree.
I would like to see him connect his 2 bases with creep.
Yeah, that is one. And you know, Tox is usually very good at his creep spread, but this game I haven't seen that, or in the last one for that matter. But
And his mineral pool makes me want to see a 4th base go down right now.
yeah, if you're gonna float that many minerals right now, might as well. Or either that or a macro hatch or both.
Macro hatch is actually a very good thing to have lately.
Yeah. Yeah, especially as reactionary as a lot of Zerg players are playing. You know, they drone up until they see something moving out across the map. I like this little run by here.
Getting a nice scout.
Yep. Does see everything that's going on.
The 2 gateways going down. Does he see...
He's getting actually quite a few probe kills there.
He does not see the high... there he goes.
There he saw it, yep.
He sees the Templar Archives now.
So I'm expecting to see some Infestor play from Tox off of this. That's probably going to be his best bet. Either that or go straight to Ultra, but I mean...
He's getting Roaches out, actually.
Roaches
which is not a bad move because they can handle more damage from the High Templar.
Yeah. But for winning the game, not that he'll necessarily need it, but against... I mean, at this point he's got to expect Archons, and a lot of them. So, I mean, what's your best bet if you're a Zerg player against Archons?
On it? Well, no, that's not exactly true.
I would say probably Ultras and Roaches, but...
Ultras, Roaches, Broodlords, if you have them far back enough and you have something tanking.
Yeah, but definitely not Mutas. Oh my goodness, Archons just annihilate Mutas. Ugh.
Archons annihilate anything air.
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually fun seeing them used more often now.
Yeah, I love ever since the buff, Archons are super useful. But yeah, 3 base here, Tox. I've been watching the units tab. I know everybody likes to see the production tab, so I'll put it back on the production tab. But units tab does show that Tox has stayed ahead economically here. Droning, oh wow, droning up like crazy. Now he's at 65. Beautiful stuff.
The income tab shows an average of 1,600 to 13 minerals being brought in, and about 500 to 400 in gas.
Yeah.
Harvester difference 63 for Tox, 44 for Wilson. Wilson's not even fully saturated at all of his bases. I mean, they're saturated enough, I guess, but
yeah.
I'd like to see more, especially with this 3rd base coming in.
Yeah, he could already be fully saturated at his expand, so... But he's going to be pushing out here, and he's got a fairly scary force. This is scouted right now, obviously, by Tox, so Tox definitely has got to prepare. But, I mean, Roaches here is not a bad play. I mean, Roaches should be able to handle this, and he's got plenty.
Let's see. He's
and
bringing up more.
Have more, yeah.
He's got a lot of spine crawlers down.
Yeah, plenty of spines. I mean, this is a great defensive position here. The Protoss...
What I'd like...
Go ahead.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
It's all right.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I like how he's got these set up so it forces the Protoss to have to engage in the choke.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why you're seeing Wilson saying, man, this sucks, because he doesn't want to, he can't move forward far enough before the spine crawlers are already attacking him. And so he feels like backing out. Even though he probably shouldn't back out, it feels that way when you play as Protoss. You'd like to stay out of those chokes. And I love how Tox is forcing him to engage in the choke. I love this play. I'm getting nerd chills. Go ahead now with what you were saying. I've talked long enough.
The one thing I wanted to see with the spine crawlers is at least the very left spine crawler actually be moved up in front of the evolution chamber a little bit, putting a little bit of a concave where the choke points are, making them have to come in a little bit more, just basically getting us around with your crawlers and then your units coming forward.
Yeah, that's not a bad not a bad idea there. Yep, but definitely good defense overall. And now pushing out for a little bit of an attack. Oh, it's a big army of charged lots. Tox going to lose a lot of Roaches here, I think, while he's trying to back out.
I would just retreat. Once he hits that creep, he'll be good.
Yeah, there he goes.
And then stop the charge lots.
Yep, nicely done. Good fungal.
You asked me what the best unit against Archons would be? Infestors. Just mind
Infestors.
control.
Yeah, there you go. Did we lose you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had to sneeze, so I helped you out by muting.
Gotcha. And I like what Tox is doing here. He did hold that attack off very well. Going to be taking his gold. Tox is ahead in, oh geez, just about everything. What can I say? I mean, he's got weapons level 2 about to complete here. Well, I guess weapons level 2 are on the way for, or just just getting started here for Wilson. So not bad. He's got +1 weapons right now. 18 minutes into the game, I'd say a little slow for our Protoss player, but +2, +1 for Tox is not bad.
No, Tox actually has a pretty decent lead with that +1 defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to come in super handy, especially because of the DPS type army that his opponent's got. And I love how Tox is now expanding in 3 different ways across this map. I love it when Tox gets brilliant. Split his army. This is beautiful. He's using these roaches as a diversion and going to be going straight for the main. Going to be doing a lot of damage here. Look at this, and he's going to be stopping mining here at this third and going straight into the main. He's going to get a lot of probe kills here at the natural and going to be cruising up the ramp here in just a moment. Going to be taking out this cyber core. Oh my goodness, Wilson getting caught off guard there, I think, man. Don't you think?
Oh, very much so. I think he's going to snipe this Nexus here. He's got the roaches up top.
Yep.
At this point, I would be going straight for the pylons, though.
And that's exactly what he's doing here in the main. Oh, he stopped. He was going to focus down pylons, but he stopped.
But you saw Wilson about to attack, and that roach split basically made Wilson go all over the map, leaving Tox open to do whatever he wants in his base.
Exactly. And the funny thing is yeah, he's going to be able to hold this off, but he doesn't have detection, which is making these burrowed roaches super pesky to deal with. But also, Tox is maxing up re-macroing up another army here behind this. He's nearly maxed out again, even though he lost that entire force. Oh, this is phenomenal play from Tox. He's almost maxed out now. I'm gonna have to call game here, and I'm gonna say if Tox loses this, it's because he makes a very critical error somewhere along the line. This is gonna be tough for Wilson to pull out at this point.
Yeah, I don't think. It's one of those moments Wilson has to decide whether he wants to counter or he wants to stay back and defend while he rebuilds everything.
Right.
But I mean, you're looking at Tox with 6 bases.
Right.
One of them being a gold. Wilson hasn't touched his gold. Hasn't even tried to start breaking down the rocks yet.
Yeah, and at this point he can't. He's either got to play super turtle defensive.
Well, I think we'd see his choice now.
Yeah, or attack, which is what he's doing. But he's attacking the wrong spot, man. This place, this is pretty well defended here.
I like those feedbacks on the infestors.
Yep, and look at all the Archons mind controlled. Oh, beautiful play there by Tox. He is cleaning up house. That entire army disappeared. There's the GG. Wow, Tox. That was fun, man. Last words? I mean, what was your favorite part about that?
That last battle right there.
And where do you think it turned? I mean, because Tox all of a sudden snapped and he went into crazy mode. Right?
Well, you watch Tox for most of his games, and all he's doing is macroing. He has 10, maybe 12 roaches the entire game, and then right when he's ready, that's when you just see everything come out at once, and he pushes.
Yeah.
You give him the time to do that, and you're going to have a hard time beating him. You really got to pressure Tox.
Yeah, I agree. But thank you again for coming out, guys. Thanks for playing. We're going into Game 3. That's going to be super exciting. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-StarCraft. We will see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We have got live tournament action coming at you right now on MLG Shakur's Plateau. We are in Game 3 of this best-of-3 matchup between ToxLonely and Wilson. This is today's semifinals of the Let It Ride tournament. This is a great matchup, and we are going to have a special amount of fun here. We do have Alt Denial on the phone with us. Denial, what's going on, brother?
You're a bold toss. Not much. How you doing?
Yeah, he is a bold toss, actually. He's not too bad. He likes that Archon play quite a bit, which is not a bad idea, especially against Zerg early game. Archons can be super effective in the early game. But, yeah, that's funny. Look at that. Tox noticing that. You use Archons much? He says, yeah.
I want to see what happens in this one. It's 1-1. Winner of this game moves on in the bracket to face I can't remember who.
It's Devil Dog.
It's gonna be Devil Dog.
Uh-huh. And you know what's funny, too, is Devil Dog, before the tournament started, he says, man, I sure hope I don't have to play Tox in the first round. I said, probably not. You'll probably play him in the finals or something like that. I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, but we were just commenting on how neat of a matchup that would be, and that would be a fun matchup. Not that Devil Dog versus Wilson would be any worse, but that could be fun either way.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, this game is completely wide open at this point. Uh-oh, what do we got going here? Pylon blocking here for Wilson. Gonna stop the expand from Tox. And he is going to be Forge Fast expanding here.
I'm happy and waiting to see what Tox is going to do about it.
I bet he's going to double expand.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, but he's got to have a way to break that down.
I would just expand at the top here and here. I've seen players do that, Zerg versus Protoss, when they Forge Fast expand on this map. And then position your army right here. Just like it's mid-game. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what he's got. I mean, he went for a spawning pool real fast. And there's Zerglings coming out, so it looks like he's going to just take this one here in just a minute. But, oh, look, he did! But scouted right away. Wilson did scout this.
I'm actually surprised he went up that way, unless that was just his first place to scout.
Well, I think he was just checking because he still has his pylon here and it wasn't getting broken down quite yet. So he was like, "Man, I wonder if he's being tricky," and expanded somewhere else. I think that was just good scouting.
No, it's not a bad idea. In fact, I actually use this when playing against the Protoss who 4 gates. Because I want to fast expand. And a lot of times they're going to come right up into your natural and keep you from expanding so that they can push on just one base.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to take credit for it. I got this idea from Liquid Tyler. He actually did it against Naniwa, and I watched how well it could work. And you just connect the bases with creep, and you keep droning up, and then when you're ready, when you know about the timing, you can just mass out roaches because you've already got 3 bases.
Right.
So I want to see if Tox does the same thing. I want to see a hatch go down at the natural right now.
Yeah, and this is definitely in the realm of comfort for Tox. He loves to be able to drone up and get a roaring economy going. He loves that. He really excels in that type of scenario.
And there we go.
Yep. And it's interesting that Wilson would put him in that position, especially since after last game where Tox played very defensively early game. And then it was only till, right around the end of the mid-game where Tox was like, okay, time to get crazy, and made it stick. So this is going to be real interesting. I'm liking this for Tox.
Me too. I like the way he's doing it. Got a queen at his, well, technically his second, but his third.
Yeah. Tox is hilarious. I have no idea what he's talking about, and neither does Wilson. Wilson is kind of mystified right now.
I want to see Tox saturate that gas he has up. He's not going to be able to get anything with it. Or he did it on purpose, didn't he?
I think he pulled, yeah.
He did, yep.
Yeah.
He's already got his speedlings out, and he's macroing up.
Yep, he's macroing up. He says this is kind of old school Spanishiwa style in a lot of ways. But I mean, this I think is a beautiful play against a Forge Fast Expand Protoss on this map.
I will tell you what I want to see from Tox. I want to see him move some of these drones to his natural right now.
Oh,
there
yeah.
we go.
Yeah. Oh, and it does happen.
We have this connection.
Thus saith the Nile, and it was.
And it is, and it will be.
That's correct. But I mean, he's saturated his second or third, right? The one at the top, whichever we call it.
He's on his way.
But
he's letting that one do it naturally.
Yeah, he's done it naturally. He hasn't walked anybody across there. So all those drones we see there, I mean, that was built right there on the spot. Let's take a look at units tab, see how he's doing. 43 to 31. Yeah, so I mean, this is Tox's comfort zone, I would say.
With one thing I would like to see too is that queen up top. He's got the mineral. He's got 3 bases just spawning now.
Yeah.
I like to see him use the next 25 energy on his queen to put down a creep tumor at the
Creep
top
tumor.
to help connect his two bases faster, because that's going to be important in defending against anything coming.
I agree, and that's it's interesting that you say that because, I was sitting in on some of your training sessions and I've been in on a couple other training sessions too, and this is becoming standard play from Zerg players at a lot of different levels to just connect everything with creep, which in a lot of ways wasn't done that often before. You'd see people like Idra spreading creep at the last moment so that he could mount a Hydra attack or something like that, and that's the way it used to be. But this is what we get into. Oh, here comes an attack though, by the way. But where everybody at all sorts of different levels are utilizing that super effective. Oh, nice. Going to be transferring these drones, getting them the heck out of there.
This is actually going to hurt. He might have to go ahead and lose that third.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to sacrifice the third. He's bailing everything out of there. That was a lot of stalkers. But he's definitely going to be able to defend his 2 base here. You can see...
sending them to the natural, not letting them go to waste. With so many drones in his bases now, I'd like to see him get all his gases.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And he is. Look at that.
Still got one in his main that needs to be...
Ooh, nice blink micro there from Wilson. Tox going to have to back out here. This is not good for Tox. That blink micro is being extremely effective right now for Wilson. Looks like he's blinking back the wrong ones there. That blink micro failed, I think. Did you see that?
Yep. And here come more Zerglings. Yeah. Whoa, he blinked right into them, so they got to surround instantly.
Yeah. Wow. I'm actually very impressed with Tox holding that off as well as he did there, but I think it came down to a couple errors there with blink micro for Wilson. I think he was blinking back the wrong stalkers.
I actually think it's a combination of the two, because he pulled you saw Tox, he pulled just the right amount of drones off the line, yeah. And it really helped him actually that he had to bring all those other drones back, because now you got both bases still saturated, still bringing in a good amount of income for him, and all he has to do is remake it. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tox take 2 bases right now.
I wouldn't be either. I would not be surprised at all. And look at this. I mean, if you look up here, he had one lone larva, and what did he do? He turned it right into a drone, and it looks like he's going to be expanding again. I love it. I mean, I love it when he gets brilliant like that. Look at that. It's exactly what he did. This guy cracks me up sometimes.
But you don't see too many people his age, too many kids his age understanding the game in this sense.
Right.
Even when you try to talk to them about the game, they don't. You can just tell just by talking they don't have that deep of an understanding about it. Tox, on the other hand, I think he's 13.
13, you're correct.
13 years old, and he understands. He doesn't just play this game quick and play it well, but he understands what he's doing, and everything he does is still for a reason.
Right.
No matter how weird or different it might seem at the time.
Yeah.
And here come all the roaches. This is what I was talking about with this build like this.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you were exactly right. It's like deja vu. We gotta keep you around more because you're so good at this Zerg build order these days, man. But that's amazing.
I've had a lot of
that's
practice
exactly
against
what you
Protoss.
said. Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. But and what's so cool too is that Tox is double expanding behind that defense. He knows that he defended well. I mean, if you look at the units tab, 52 drones to 36 probes. Tox is definitely in the lead right now.
I like how doesn't hesitate to bring his spine crawlers out either.
Yeah, I like that too. Take the middle of the map. It makes it that much easier to defend all of your bases at once. And I mean, he's just going to camp his units here in the front until he feels comfortable with stomping his opponent into the ground. And so Wilson, right now, the burden is on Wilson to pull this out. It's going to come down to his ability to find something new, because this 2-base play is not going to work any longer.
One thing I don't see enough people doing that I think is absolutely imperative as Zerg is getting that Overlord speed. Because I don't know if people know this or they just don't know it, but you get the Overlord speed, and when you morph into Overseer, your Overseer is still faster than a normal one.
Oh yeah, way faster. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think a lot of lower level players especially forget that. And it makes all of a sudden your slow Overlords, which are great for scouting, as long as they don't get noticed, right? But
Yeah.
it makes them that much more powerful for scouting, so that you don't necessarily have to sacrifice one just to get your scouting info in. So, but that's a great point, and I think more and more we'll see people utilizing their overlords that way. So, I don't know, this attack not looking good for Wilson.
This is actually going to be fun to watch, because if Tox wins this one, we're going to see ToxLonely versus NCR Devil Dog.
I know. I mean, Wilson's not out of it yet, but the trouble for Wilson is he's starting to fall behind. He's only got +1 attack, which just barely completed.
He has not gotten his third, which he should have gotten a long time ago.
Yep, and +2/+2 is almost done here for Tox. So, I mean, Tox is looking to be in good shape. As long as he can defend here for the next couple minutes, this is going to be extremely heavily in his favor. So
he's got this. I'm going to tell you, he's got this right now. Just at least this fight.
Yeah, that's too many roaches.
I like what he just did. He sent everything as one, but then he backed up his roaches, letting his Zerglings get in there.
Yep.
I want to see if...
Yeah, Swift saying on the live stream that Tox is playing pretty well. I have to agree. I mean, this is one of those moments for Tox where it's just brilliance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said. I mean, it came down to he knew exactly how many drones to pull in that first attack to hold it off appropriately.
And I like looking at his main. He's got the
Macro hatch?
There you go. He's got the macro hatch. He's moving his drones. If I have to guess, he's going to move those drones all the way up to the north from the main. They're all on creep. Well, almost all the way up. He's got so many minerals floating right now. I mean, I want to see him throw down a bunch of overlords. I want to see him throw down two more hatcheries, and I want to see him go.
Yep, I agree, and I imagine that's exactly what we will see here in just a moment. He's gearing up for something. He's trying to decide, but I mean, yeah, Wilson's stuck. That's the trouble. He's stuck on 2 base. Ugh, I don't know. I mean, it just
he trapped himself outside.
Yeah, but he has blink though. I don't know why he was breaking that down.
Does he have another forge somewhere?
Oh, it's because it's a robotics facility. He put down a robotics, so he's wanting to get his immortals out, which is a good choice, I think, right now against this roach heavy army. But I don't know, with +1/+1 only, this is still going to be tough. He really needed to get a DPS switch. He really needed to probably go storms or something like that.
You have to realize Tox is making a bunch of roaches right now because he knows he knows Wilson has nothing but ground units.
Right.
The thing that Wilson's not paying attention to is, yeah, he has a bunch of roaches. He's still got, 8 Zerglings in that mix, and I'll tell you, he will get Zerglings out so much faster than Wilson will be able to do any damage. He'll just run away, he'll kite him around till those Zerglings come out, and those Zerglings will tear through Immortals, which is kind of funny to think about. They can stop the strongest of attacks, but Zerglings tear them apart.
Right. Yeah, and it's so funny because you're exactly right, and it's interesting that Zerglings really, when it comes down to it, are a DPS unit, and less of a tank. So the Roach is the tank, even though the Zerglings need to be up front. But it's exactly how he plays. Like in that last attack, that last big one, that he moved his entire army forward so that the Roaches actually were tanking some of the damage right off the bat, and taking the focus fire from a couple of the stalkers, and then he moved his roaches back and let his DPS unit, which at that point was the Zerglings, get into position and just annihilate. And then at that point, he had all of his roaches in a nice little concave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's beautiful play.
Ooh, I'm getting excited.
Yeah, we're about to see a push.
First off, ToxLonely did what I said. He got Overlord, he got 2 more expansions. He now has a Greater Spire on the way, which means we're going to see Broodlords.
Yes. Got to love it. Oh, and look at this. This is what makes me so excited. When Tox starts feeling happy about his bases, he starts to get a little bit pesky. Like moving an echelon of roaches right up into his opponent's natural there. Forcing his opponent to engage there, forcing him to pull drones. He's denied the third here. I mean, so Wilson is stuck now on 1 mining base. This is just brutal for him.
we got infestors coming out now too. Tox is just going with everything, man. He's like, I'm gonna get one of everything. Let's see what happens.
Yep. And Swift, it was interesting. Did you see that note from Swift that we got in game? He says, "Since when is Tox so solid?" I'll say since forever. However, he is getting more solid, if that's even possible. I mean, he's turning into a phenomenal player. And Alt Totoro out there on the live stream rooting for Tox, saying, "Go Tox." I mean, a lot of people here are pulling for this young man because of his attitude. That he's always had such a good attitude. He's always, oh, look at that drop getting denied there. That was actually pretty good there by Wilson. That was lucky. But, I mean, it's just the person that Tox is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a fun guy to have around. Fun. I mean, as far as Alt StarCraft is concerned, he does a lot to help us out. He's always around. He's always willing to play. He's always willing to work with us. He helps out with casting when we need it.
Well, and he and Laserboy both run the Thursday night tournament, the novice Let It Ride tournament. So, I mean, yeah, I mean he's definitely a player in the alt StarCraft world, and he just annihilated that army from Wilson. So, I mean, I'm happy. I mean, not that I dislike Wilson. Don't get me wrong. I mean, thank you, Wilson. We hope to see more of you, but to me, it looks like you probably have just lost this game. So. I love it.
He's down to 1 base mining, and that's not going to win against a 6 base Zerg.
That's right.
Okay, 5. Oh no, it's still 6 base. But there he goes, just pushing in with the 23 roaches he used as reinforcements, getting 3 defense, 3 melee attack, and there's the game.
Yep. Good game and good luck. Thank you so much, Wilson. That was tons of fun to watch. I mean, congratulations to Tox, and you know, what can I say besides we love that guy? I mean, he's phenomenal.
He is.
But last words?
Don't alt tab.
Always alt StarCraft. Thank you guys for coming out again. We will see you next time.